51 degrees. That's barely jacket weather, huh, Rex? The heat did not even come on in the house last night. And it's cold in the house this morning, but the heat was off. Made it to about 60 degrees in Boston at midnight. Yesterday, that was called warm air advection with those beautiful sunrise clouds. This morning, it's called cold air advection with beautiful sunrise clouds. Thank you, James Chisholm, also known as @MassSharks on Twitter, for this southeastern Massachusetts stunner with a rainbow. Yeah, it was still cold enough warm enough for a rainbow this morning. As the colder air comes in aloft, there's some instability. Pretty. Instability causing these clouds with scattered showers around this morning. So today is cold air advection. We're going to have some wind gusts past 25 miles per hour. Not that windy considering how much the air mass is changing. Of course, you go up on top of a mountain, that's a different story. Mount Washington, 60 miles an hour where it's 20 degrees, and yesterday it was just rain, about a half inch of rain on Mount Washington, get up to 33 degrees. And this morning changed back to snow. Rain changed back to snow at Stowe. I love looking at this time-lapse cam here. The board tips over every morning at 6 a.m. Just before 6 a.m. there was about a half inch of snow at Stowe and Mount Mansfield in Vermont, and since then another half inch. So it does look like winter at the tops of the mountains today. And it's getting colder today. Temperature in Boston is going to be in the 50s this morning, 40s this afternoon, about 40 tomorrow. But the weather pendulum is swinging. It's a seesaw from cold air advection today from the west and northwest to warm air advection and very windy on Wednesday. Before we get to Wednesday, a little more about yesterday. Every day I check the Severe Storm Prediction Center website. I'm going to try and get out of the wind here. Severe Storm Prediction. Put in SPC in your Google. Severe Storm Prediction Center monitors convection, that is thunderstorm activity. And yesterday morning there was no guidance indicating watch out for big hailers near Pittsburgh, but what we got, big hailers near Pittsburgh. Many reports of damage, West Virginia, Pennsylvania. That system that came through with pretty much just rain and pretty good sized raindrops here in the Boston area. Wow, look at that. That's kind of an overachiever. I didn't think we'd get this much rain. 0.58, just about 0.59. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, almost 0.59 inches of rain. T-Rex, did you know we were going to get that much rain? Neither did I. I didn't hear any thunder. There may have been some thunder. Anyhow, so it's cool and dry going into Tuesday. All the mountain areas going to turn their snow guns back on this afternoon, tonight. And then Wednesday, why don't we show Lincoln, New Hampshire? You know, everyone loves to go to Loon Mountain, where apparently there's a trail or two open. I couldn't see it on the webcam. So Lincoln, New Hampshire, you can see that wave of warmth coming in on Wednesday. And then we go to the 14-day. Where is the cold air? Well, it does get colder late in the week, but there's another front on Saturday. And so after cold air advection on Thursday into Friday, Saturday some warm air advection and another front that's going to generate mixed rain or snow showers north. Just a shower south, some gusty wind. Cold air advection Saturday night. Sunday, it's snowing again in the mountains where upslope snow is common. That'd be northern Vermont, northern New Hampshire. And the black lines are isobars, very windy and colder on Sunday. But we're not done, because there's going to be another, what we call inside runner. That's where low pressure goes to our north here. Again, next Tuesday or Wednesday. Now we're getting to the 6th and 7th of December. So where is that Arctic outbreak we're all talking about on Twitter with the polar vortex releasing into Canada? Well, there's the cold air in Canada. This is the North America 850 temperatures, 850 millibars. As you go up in the atmosphere, the pressure goes down, and when it gets down to about 850 millibars, it's around 5,000 feet, so just a little lower than the summit of Mount Washington. You see it all coming from the North Pole down into Western Canada, that very purple and even a lighter shade of purple there. That's the Arctic air, and we can go all the way out to, like I did yesterday, I'll show day 10 from the Euro, from this great website, pivotalweather.com. There is an Arctic boundary there in North Dakota and Montana. That's the pure Arctic air until that front goes by here, maybe around the 10th or so. We're just going to get these back and forth. The temperature goes up, it rains a little bit like yesterday. The temperature goes down, it snows a little bit like this morning, and then up and rain and wind. And that Wednesday front, by the way, let's go back to that Lincoln 15-day. Look at that emblem or icon at the base of Wednesday and Thursday. What is that? It's a red flag. We got the raindrops and it looks like lightning. So we may end up have some thunderstorms. Oh yeah, I meant SPC. Severe Storm Prediction Center. There is going to be a major outbreak of severe weather with that front coming across the deep south tomorrow. And then we may have some leftover thunderstorms as that gets in here on Wednesday. Backtracking a little bit, but you know what I mean. Up, down, up, down. The weather wave has shifted cold and snowy to the west and across all of Canada. So we had our turn there for the last couple of weeks. Yesterday was the first all rain on Mount Washington since November 11th, maybe. And I don't think we're going to have an all rain on Mount Washington again. Well, maybe Wednesday, but it'll be snow again by Thursday morning. So I think that winter is coming. You know, in the olden days, we couldn't even go skiing yet because we didn't have these snow guns. So I'm thankful for that. Yesterday was kind of a hodgepodge thing. So I was watching TV. I love watching the World Cup at Killington, and it went to 50 degrees. So I think that was a huge disadvantage because she ran last, because she came in first in the first heat, had to go last in the second heat, and the snow was just too chopped up. But that was pretty fun. And also out here, adding to the 2 more barrels of leaves to the worm child pile, where, yeah, there are a bunch of worms in there. So you get to see that. And then we'll see you tomorrow out a different door, hopefully with a big mountain behind us. A quick last minute edit. It's just about 9 o'clock. When we went out the door at 8 o'clock, it was sunny and it was kind of breezy. Now it's raining and it's really windy. This is called cold air advection precipitation. Advection, I mentioned that word a bunch of times today. Advection just means moving in. Colder air moving in aloft, wringing out the moisture. So it's pretty common. When you have such a dramatic warm-up like last night, cool off, back down to seasonable today. So up and down, warm air advection, moving in, again, Wednesday. All right, back to after out the door. This is the In More.
One skier left to go, the most dominant skier Killington has ever seen, Michaela Schifrin.
Live, 50 degrees at Killington.
The venue she cherishes more than any other, looking for her 50th slalom. Gotta hit the gas. Crowd roaring. Undefeated in her home.
Oh no!
Shit!
How did she do that?
Thank you for that color commentary, hon.
Don't put...
So that big storm we were supposed to get Friday, Saturday turned into 2 storms. One way out to the south of Nova Scotia, hurricane force low, and the other one incoming right now, coming across Pennsylvania. Just had the ski racing on in Vermont, where it's 50 degrees, which is pretty warm for skiing, but it's a little chilly for swimming, wouldn't you say? Unless, of course, that's how you stay in shape 365 days a year, as some people do. And when crossing a channel like this one, might as well tow along a bright fluorescent buoy so that the boats can notice you. A tug just went by. All right, there it is. The rain began about 2:45, and it's just after 3, and we'll get 0.01. T-Rex, what are you doing out in the rain? That doesn't usually happen, where you come out in the rain. I came out to put another layer on the compost pile, worm chow pile, because you need some water on there. So I want wet leaves, and I want to go gather some fluffy leaves and put them on so they can get rained on. So you need H2O, part of the whole worm chow thing. Let's go in the door on a rainy Sunday afternoon. Skiing is over. It's football time. Got a good crowd in here. Hi, Mitt. Nice to see you. How's Tom Brady doing? Up 17-10. Nice. There we go. 2 more barrels full. It only took about a half hour. Better than going to the gym. Doug, if you see Jerry, tell him I got the leaves out of his backyard and I used Dave Sheridan's rake in the rain on a Sunday afternoon. Where, breaking news, we have a leisure boater. Leisure boater spotted on the last weekend of November. As for the state of the worms, pretty good, I think. Didn't take too long to uncover some. Dolores, I'm gonna bring you some for your compost pile. See, the key is having plenty of moisture. I think that's one of the keys anyway. TMI? TIM. How many worms in one spade fork full here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are just the ones we can see. This is the nursery. Doing pretty good. And there's your food for the winter. Oh boy, just came in from the worm farm. We got a barn burner here. It's like Tom Brady's gonna have 30 seconds to try and win the game. Otherwise, we're gonna go into OT as long as they get the extra point here.